It's starting to live stream the meeting. Let's see if we are on. Are we on?
Yes, ma. Live is on.
Live is on. Okay. Wonderful. All right. Well, that was a very abrupt end to everything. So let me just come back to starting the from where we left, because the network just completely vanished and I don't know what happened. If it happens again, well, that'd be the end of the meeting. So we were talking about the word negative. And the word negative that I constantly remind you people of when you're talking to me and you say, oh no, I have so much of negative energy and I wish to take some more of your positive energy. And I'm always quick to remind you that whether you look at positive or negative, both of the spaces belong to us. Until the time we are not going to be looking at both in equanimity, it's just a frequency. It's a choice that I have, but it's just a frequency. And from that space alone, can we actually be coming into the place of fullness, being the full coin. The heads and the tails belong to us. I am everything, I am nothing, I am the universe. And that's the place of oneness. That's our constant endeavor through these games of consciousness that we play, through these games of awareness that we play, to change our duality experiences and bring them towards oneness experiences. Is it necessary? No, no, absolutely not. It's not necessary. It's just nicer. It feels nicer in the body when we are having oneness experiences. It feels much nicer. In the body when we are having joyful experiences, it just feels much nicer. In the body when we are having anger experiences, it doesn't feel so nice. And that's the only reason. That's the only reason why we are in this play of awareness, to be able to have the choices of changing our experiences. And so when we look at anything as negative, if we are using this as an adjective to describe ourselves, to describe somebody else's energy, then simply to be aware that it's just a frequency. It doesn't belong to them, just the way it doesn't belong to us. And it belongs to us as much as it belongs to them. So when you look at somebody having a negative trait of being a liar, and then you don't like that trait and you're like, oh, that person is a very negative person, he's constantly complaining, he's constantly lying, etc., etc., to be able to look at, that is your part of you, the one you haven't accepted. And when only you begin to accept, that is when these kind of people will stop being in your periphery. They will stop being around you, because only when you have accepted that your journey is through you being the liar and the honest person. You have to walk through it. Your journey is not of running away from fear, but it is about walking through the fear, being able to witness it, walking through the fear. And walking through it can only happen when you begin to notice what you are doing on a daily basis, what words are you using to describe yourself, and hence this particular webinar. So when you describe something as positive and negative, you're only focusing on one aspect. And both the aspects, as a matter of fact, all 10 aspects, everything of every aspect belongs to you. You just haven't looked at it, but it belongs to you. You haven't accepted it, you haven't allowed it, but oh my God, it belongs to you as much as it belongs to that other person that you are not liking in this moment, the one that you are describing as negative. The recent example that I take about positive and negative is not just it's just a frequency, but to look at a battery. When you look at a battery cell, it has one positive side and one negative side. And which one is better? Both are equal. Both are simply just experiences. And so to be able to understand that, yes, we might find in the body something better or something worse, but both are just experiences. And it is only when we are able to sit and come to this understanding. This is just an experience. No matter what I'm going through, separation or oneness, no matter what I'm going through, this is just an experience. Positive or negative, no matter what I'm going through, it's just an experience. So that is where we look at this word negative and we want to rework it. Because the minute we say something is negative, somebody is negative, this is negative energy, the thing that we start to do is create fear for ourselves from that word negative. And so, whatever is negative is as much positive, is as much belonging to you as the opposite side. And so, to be able to look at the fear underneath it, when you describe somebody, someone, in a situation as negative, this time, are you able to look underneath it, look at your fear, and release the fear itself? And that's where the word negative and positive will stop mattering. It will stop mattering. There are so many things that we put into that bucket of negative. Um, Dates on a calendar. This is not a good date for me, astrologically, numerically, whatever. This is not a good day for me. This is not a good date for me. This is not a good sign. This is so many things we put in the negative bucket from fear. Whatever is not good for you is what you are looking at as a negative influence on you. And so each time now you worry about something, you worry about a date, you worry about, I don't know, whatever is happening at work. This person has negative influence. This person is negative influence. People come to me and say, oh, you came to my house and did you find there was positive energy in it? And I said, the house doesn't have energies. It is you that is constantly creating energies in it. So, what are you creating? You only know. You tell me, do you have positive energies alone, or are you a mix of both? The house is just simply, it's there and it'll hold whatever you are going to bring it to hold. But if you're going to keep saying, no, I don't want my house to have negative energy, guess what? Then it is going to stay there, because the negative energy of fear is what you are using in this very moment while you are saying, I don't wish to have this house. This house has negative energy, or any such connotation like that. When people go into houses, we were going around looking for houses to buy, and it was so beautiful that many of these brokers will talk about houses like, oh, this house, you will love it because it has positive energy. And I tell them it doesn't matter what the house has. When I go over there, it's going to have my energy. So it really doesn't matter what it has, what it doesn't have. I'm the one who's going to hold that energy. I'm the one who's going to participate in that house with that energy, not the house. And so always just being able to look at everything and move along with positive or negative, both don't matter. The word negative. This word I actually keep cutting out from your vocabulary altogether, because as you describe objectives, it's a very, very fear-inducing word. The minute somebody says, oh, this is going to have a very negative impact on our balance sheet, this is going to have a very negative impact on our life. The word negative itself creates fear. So let's rework the word and not move with the word negative at all. Just simply look at the word, look into the fear underneath it. As Darshan was asking, what should we substitute it with? Anything. Whatever is relevant for that situation, substitute it with that. Substitute it with how beautiful. That's my substitute for everything. Whenever somebody calls me to say anything, I have this one standard response. And it just comes out. Oh, how beautiful. Somebody will say, oh, this one died. Oh, how beautiful. This one is having such a difficult time in her life. Her parents are doing this or this thing. How beautiful. And I can see the beauty. It's not just the word. I can see the beauty of what the energies are creating. I can see the beauty of it, that they are creating it like this. And then I can also see the beauty that if she was to change those energies, things would change. And so, how beautiful is coming to actually understand that, how beautiful it is to understand the energy that is creating everything. So, my voice is cracking and my network is fluctuating. Thank you, Darshan, for informing. What I'm doing is I'm actually also recording this one. So, if not live, I'm going to just put it up as a
You
worked
flow, you flow, it
from
is
the, I'll
clear,
put the two together and then I
it
will.
becomes in between it loses.
Well, so that's why I said I will take it off from YouTube and I will put this one that I'm recording on Zoom because this is clearer. And also I'll be able to put the two webinars together, the ones that we've done so far. So let's move to the last word that I wish to rework, and you'll be surprised at it. At least I think you will be surprised at it. And the word is love. The word is love. And to rework that word, why is it that we need to rework that word? Because it is the most misunderstood, misspoken, whatever that you speak at all times. So the next time you utter the word love, look underneath at
क्या हो रहा है?
क्या हो रहा है is my network is weak. That's what I said. That's what I said in the first place. So the network was weak. And I've come back again. Okay, so this means, let me just see if it's recording. Yes, for the third time it is recording. So I don't know what's happening. I think we'll end this. Can you hear me? Oh no.
Yeah,
You
ma,
Hey,
you
we can
guys
hear
continue,
you.
it
You
is
can
flowing.
continue.
can hear
Please,
you.
please
Ma,
continue.
continue, it is going on.
Even the live is going on? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
both are.
Okay, fine. All right. Wonderful. So then I go into Spotlight again. Yeah. So the word that we spoke about last, and I said this one is going to surprise you because the word is love, because it is the most misconstrued, misappropriated word that we use all the time. And we use it to convey our affection for someone and sometimes our demand from someone. And each of those times, there is an expectation underneath it. The love that we so call is attachment. It's a conditional transaction, not truly love. And yet we believe, we think that we give love, we think that we want love, we think that we are doing everything to receive love, not receiving it. Whatever it is, the next time you use the word love, if you use it for your children, pause for a moment and look at it from what space. Is it going out to them unconditionally? Tomorrow, if your children were to not give you any bhav, if they were not to look after you, if they were not going to behave nicely with you, would you still be loving them as much? Or is this just a moment of conditional transaction that is happening right now? Receive it, enjoy it, but remember to take a look at it. That's all that it is. I'm again telling you, it's not something that is on the outside that you got to look at again and again. This is the self-talk that you have. So many times, parents, oh, I love my children so much, but she's constantly doing this to me. He's constantly doing this to me. My child doesn't love me back as much as I do. The child is constantly wanting to have their own life and not including me as part of their life, etc., etc. This is not love. And so you might continue to say to them, I love you, but pause and look at the word love. There is no I love you because there is no you. Go back to the first word that we were going to rework, and that is the word others. That others is all about you, you, and you. And there is no you. And so when you say, I love you, and you have looked within and you find, oh my God, this is conditional love. This is all attachment that I'm right now doing. It's okay to use the word now that you've looked within. Just simply be able to work on yourself to release the attachment just a little bit. Just a little bit each time you become aware. I love my children. Take a look at that. There are no children, there are no others. So you do love yourself, your child self. That's what you're saying. So the next time when you're looking at the word love, does the finger come back to you? That I love myself, and this kind of person I am loving, and therefore I'm expressing this love. I love the innocent children. That's the innocence that you hold in yourself that is reflecting outside, and you are loving that innocent part of you. And so, just simply, since you have an opportunity, look at even your non innocent side and give it some love. That's how you make it unconditional. To be able to look at both sides of who you are. Sometimes you're innocent, sometimes not. Sometimes you're lovable, and sometimes you're not. And that's how the children are too. Sometimes they're lovable, and sometimes they are not. But even when they are not, are you able to look at them and say, oh, I love the unlovable part of myself? It's not about them. It's only about you. I am able to love the unlovable part of myself, and therefore I'm able to love somebody else. That somebody else is simply a byproduct. There is only you and your own self and the love that you give to yourself that is being talked about in the self talk. In the self talk, the more you work on yourself, the more love you are going to receive. This would be the unconditional kind of love that we talk about, not the one which has so many conditions, so many expectations attached to it, because expectations are going to give you hurt. And most of the times, as you are giving love to the children, and then by the time they get into their teens and they stop giving you that love back, guess what you have created for yourself? A nice, beautiful space for experiencing your hurt frequencies. Because all that you did was not give love, simply give out transaction, give out a conditional love. And so the reworking of the word love itself. I'll put a pause for today on these 4 or 5 words that we talked about. Those are what came to me to be looked at right away. When we meet next, by that time, you think of the words. I can already think of 10, 12, 13 more. But the next time when we come back, whenever we come back, by the way, I'm not coming back next week because it's birthday time and I'm going to be out and traveling. And so the webinar will happen post 1 week. And till then, we will have our usual webinars. Many of you will still get to see me on the usual daily Expect Miracles 30 program. But for the Saturday program, we will not be here. I will not be here next Saturday. So for that reason, this list will continue, and you have all the time to think of many more words for yourself. Many more words that you use a lot in your vocabulary, which keep you limited and which keep you in a space of bound beliefs that are not working so well for you. So we will take this another time. Today, I have no space for meditation. I think the networks are going in and out, and I can still see it moving in and out a little bit. So I'm going to put a pause right here. And lots of love to all of you. This is the session for today. Let me go back to this. Okay, so everybody, thank you so
Happy
much.
birthday in advance, Ma.
Thank you,
Thank you
thank
very
you,
much
thank
for being
you.
us,
Day
Thank
Happy
to
birthday,
sharing
Ma.
you.
your
Happy
energy.
Happy
birthday.
birthday
Happy,
to
happy
me.
birthday
Happy
to
Happy
Happy
birthday
you.
to
birthday
you.
to
Happy birthday,
you.
Happy
dear
birthday to
Happy
Ma.
birthday.
birthday
Happy
One
to
more happy
birthday.
birthday.
One
One
more
more
you.
love.
Happy
love.
birthday
Birthday to
to
you.
Ma
you.
Love you,
Happy
mom.
Love you,
birthday
mom.
Thank
to
you,
Lots
ma'am.
of
Love
love.
you.
Thank you,
Love,
ma'am.
Everybody,
love
thank
Next
you
week
you.
so
मजा ने
much.
cricket जायचे ने.
Happy
See
birthday,
you. Bye.
Meenal.
Thank you. Lots of love.
Uh,
Bye.